Yo, what is going on, guys? My name is Mewtwo Fan Nate, and this is week number 12 of the PGL. Now, I do want to apologize for this being up so late. If you guys saw the update video, you would know that I have some capture card issues and computer issues going on, so I really do want to apologize. Shout out to Equa for recording this match for me, even though I'm not even using the recording that he gave me. Because the player that I was using to try to record it on was being very glitchy. So now that my capture card software is working, I can record it on my own again. So that's what I'm doing. So if you guys can't tell by the background, your boy's got the new chair. So shout out to my parents for the early birthday present. And now we can kind of just get talking now into the match. Now they got all that other stuff out of the way. He's bringing the stuff that I kind of knew all the mons that he was going to bring. Like, he's bringing a lead Klefki, the Manaphy with coverage moves, a Mega Heracross, which with Bullet Seed definitely, so that way he can hit the Mega Swampert and Rock Blast for the other mons, such as the Togetic, because I don't have a switch into close combat at all. So that's definitely his answer there to the Togetic. He has the Uxie, which I didn't know what kind of set he was going to bring on it, because you can do a bunch of stuff. I didn't know if he was just going to run coverage moves on it. I thought he was going to run like Stealth Rocks and some coverage and stuff like that in U-turn. So the only he definitely caught me off guard with the Uxie set there, definitely. The next mon, I predicted pretty spot on. A Scarfed, a Roserade, which I got the spread wrong on it, and a Curse Lax. So what I'm bringing a Mega Swampert with Yawn to force out certain things, such as the Manaphy, or the Mega Heracross on a switch in or something like that. If I'm predicting a switch, I was just going to go for Yawn. But as you guys will see very early on in the video, that doesn't work out. But I do have Aqua Tail, because it does like 10% more damage than Waterfall, which was gonna allow me to get some 2-hit KOs on some things that I wouldn't have gotten otherwise. I have a Stealth Rocks, Explosion, I think Zen Headbutt, and something else on the Bronzong. I have a setup sweeping Verzion with Swords Dance and coverage moves with Leaf Blade, Close Combat, and Stone Edge. So pretty standard there. A Togetic with the Defog, I think Body Slam, Dazzling Gleam. I can't remember what else. And I have Yveltal with just coverage moves with like knock off Dark Pulse, Oblivion Wing, and Heat Wave. Heat Wave was gonna guarantee the kill on a Klefki. And then I have an AV Raichu, which was supposed to be able to take on the Zapdos pretty well, but he didn't bring it. And it also was letting me take hits from the Manaphy. Like, I was able to take like Scalds and stuff from the Manaphy pretty well, and then I can just do some pretty nice damage back, with stab moves. So that was kind of like a weird set that I brought. I didn't get to use it efficiently the way I wanted to, but it's all good. It's all good, stuff like that. So I'm gonna hit play and we're gonna go into this match. So I predicted his lead because the lead Klefki was kind of like an obvious thing. So I wanted to make sure that he couldn't T-Wave any of my mons. So, and I also predicted him having Magnet Rise, because for whatever reason, something was screaming that he was gonna have Magnet Rise. So that's why I decided I'm going to go for the Aqua Tail, and it's a guaranteed, 2-hit KO. And so that's what I go for. So I'm going to go for the Aqua Tail, and you guys are going to see that it does huge damage. And here I thought, maybe he'd want to switch out maybe into the Roserade, because the Roserade would be able to take a Aqua Tail a little bit better. So I wanted to go for the Yawn here, but instead he just sets up a Spikes, and I'm just like, well, that kind of sucks. So I'm forced just to go for the Aqua Tail again, and just knock it out, because there's really nothing else I can do. So now I have 2 layers of spikes on my side of the field, which is kind of crappy, but We do have a Togetic with the Fog, so I wasn't too worried about it. So, you know, I do knock this thing out, and then he brings in this thing, which obviously I can't, you know, stay in, but I wanted to make more of an aggressive play here, so I do go right out into the Yveltal, because I would be immune to the spikes, and as long as he didn't go for, you know, Sludge Bomb or something like that, you know, I wouldn't be punished too severely. So you guys can see, you know, after leftovers, we're eating that up, because I mean it was just a Giga Drain. And here, you know, I kind of figured he was going to go out into the Snorlax, so I'm just going to click Knockoff. And you guys are going to see that does around like 60%-ish. And, you know, after leftovers, I'm sitting nice and healthy. But, you know, obviously, because we knocked off the leftovers, I wouldn't be able to knock him out with the next one. And then he was just going to go for the rest anyway. And he's going to get all his health back. But this was actually a misclick on my part. I wanted to go directly out into my Mega Swampert again. And I wanted to low kick this thing. But, you know, since I accidentally clicked on Togetic, I was like, you know what, I'm out here, might as well be able to defog these hazards away before, you know, they become problems. So he's going to go for the Sleep Talk here. And he's going to get Body Slam. So that kind of just tells me he's pretty much like a curse set. So here I want to make more of like another aggressive play, and I'm just going to go right out into the Mega Swampert again, even though he could pair me with the Body Slam, and he just ends up getting rest here, I believe. So he does go for the rest, and it kind of just fails. So here he makes a very nice prediction, going out into his Uxie on my low kick, because I just wanted to be able to, you know, get that thing, you know, if it was in front of me. I didn't want to take any risks, and you guys can see that does nothing at all. So here I want to, like, you know, I'm like, you know, if he's going to get up his rocks, I'm going to get up my rocks. But instead he just goes right for the Reflect, and I was just like, shit, because I did not prep for screens at all. Even though, you know, screens Uxie is pretty common. You know, but I was like, okay, well, no, let's get up the rocks anyway. And I'm gonna switch out here, and I figured, you know, the best thing I can go out into would probably be the Yveltal, because that'd be one thing that would definitely threaten him out. And he just goes for the U-turn on my switch, so nice play on his part. It's not gonna do too much to me, you know, because Uxie has like booty like attack stats, so you know. Now he's just gonna go into his Manaphy, and I was like, okay, well, this thing can probably just tail glow on me and then destroy me. But let me knock off his item first. And he has the Expert Belt, so which means that this Ice Beam here isn't gonna be able to do as much. Although you guys can see it is a 3-hit KO at that point. So he wouldn't be able to knock me out with this next one. But I'm just going to go for the Dark Pulse here, because it would do the most damage. And he's going to go for the Ice Beam again. And I'm like, please don't get frozen, please don't get frozen, please don't get frozen. And I live on like 6 HP. And we get our leftovers back. And I'm like, alright, there's only one way that I get past this. It's if I get one flinch. And I'm praying to Mo. I'm praying to the Hax God himself, and I get a flinch. Now this right here basically gave me such a better chance at winning, because this is a really good answer to the Mega Heracross. This is a pretty good answer to the Roserade. You know, that's if I get more health back, obviously. And here, you know, he goes out into the Roserade, which basically just says, he's probably Scarfed, isn't he, right? He's probably Scarfed. So, in order to confirm that, because I was very unsure, I was like, you know what, he didn't bring the Zapdos. I'm like, alright, let's get rid of the Raichu, because it does really nothing for me, because now the Manaphy's gone. There's no point in having it. And he takes it out. And I was AV, so I was like, wow, that did a lot. And I was like, you know, I know I'm not really invested, and I just have AV, but so here he just, you know, he goes out into the Snorlax here as I bring in the Bronze, you know, as I, you know, click explosion on the Bronzong. So I just wanted to get massive damage off on like anything that wanted to switch in, whether it be the Uxie. Although this was a huge misplay on my part, like a very huge misplay, because of this basically meant that I had no answer to Roserade. I had no switch into Roserade at all. Now he's just gonna go back out into Uxie. He's gonna set up his screens again. So I knew he was gonna switch out here. I knew he didn't want to risk staying in. So I just went for the Sword Stance, and I'm gonna click Leaf Blade here, and it's gonna do a good amount. And it probably would have been able to pick up a 2-hit KO if he didn't go for the Reflect. So here I go for the Sword Stance again, trying to negate the Reflect, and he's gonna go for the U-turn, and it is gonna get a pretty good chunk of damage on me. Now this is where I know where I got greedy, because you know he brings this in, and I'm like, you know what, this is definitely some kind of Scarfed, right? And I'm like, all right, if it's timid, it says that I can live and I'll be able to kill this thing with a Stone Edge, but it turns out he's modest. He's modest, and he gets the kill. And it's weird because it says there was a very slim chance for me to be 2-hit KO'd, so I was so confused. I was like, what? What are these calcs telling me? Like, modest though, I guess. I guess it's definitely, it was just a one-shot. Like, I just didn't understand the calc at all. But anyway, I just go right out into the Swampert here, because I kind of figured, you know, he's like definitely some form of you know, Scarf, so Sludge Bomb wouldn't do too much to me, and I could just come in and Aqua Tail. And I went for the Yawn because, you know, I just didn't want that thing to be, you know, able to do anything to me. Like, if I wanted to go out and T-Belt, like, I wanted to guarantee, like, you know, that there was no shenanigans where, you know, he gets Colder Berry, and then, you know, and then he just kills me with a Dazzling Gleam. So I just wanted to put that thing to sleep so he couldn't, you know, kill my Yveltal. So he brings out, in, you know, this, the Heracross, and I'm like, alright, he's gonna go for the Bullet Seed here. And I was like, you know what, but I can't take a Bullet Seed plus a Rock Blast. So at this point, I kind of just was sacking this off. There's really nothing else I could do. And as you guys can see, this, even though this is resisted, like, that does a pretty good amount of damage to me. And after, you know, the Rock Blast that comes out like right now, you guys are just gonna see this is just, it's just bye-bye Togetic. So really not too much to do about that. But this, honestly, this is probably my favorite match of the PGL so far. Definitely the closest. And you know, you guys are gonna see there. So Reflect wears off, and I'm like, okay, you know what, I'm faster than this thing. I can Oblivion Wing off, I'll get a lot of health back, it'll be nice. But you know, he's gonna switch out, and I think I make the prediction here, and I think I just click the safe Oblivion Wing, because actually no, I do click the safe Oblivion Wing because anything else was gonna take some damage, because he really had no resistance to Oblivion Wing. So Oblivion Wing it was, and I was gonna get some health back plus leftovers. So now he goes out into the Roserade here, and I'm like, okay, well, he's got to have Sludge Bomb, right? So I'm like, okay, let's go out into the Mega Swampert here. We're gonna have Balls of Steel. We're switching in a Mega Swampert on a Roserade, and then he clicks Dazzling Gleam because you know, it's you know, super effective against the Yveltal, and then it's also neutral against this Mega Swampert. So he's just gonna go out into you know. He doesn't have any Earthquake resists, any more immunities, because, you know, the Uxie's gone. So I was like, you know, let's just click Earthquake, get some damage off, and we kill the Snorlax. Then he sends out the Heracross, which I'm just going to let this thing die here, because basically it comes down to a roll, at least what I thought was a roll. Dazzling Gleam to a Yveltal that's at 50%, because you guys are going to see I'm going to go for the Oblivion Wing here because you can't really switch in the Roserade. on an Involtol. So I'm going to get a good amount of health back. I'm going to get up to back like 50%. I actually get up to exactly 50% health after the leftovers. After the leftovers, it brings me to directly 50%. So Calx told me Dazzling Gleam does like 43 to like 53%. So it's a roll. But instead he goes for the Hidden Power Rock, which is a 50% min roll. So that was a guaranteed kill for him because I was at exactly 50%. So that was an amazing game. It came down to a 1v1 kind of thing, and it was a 1-0 in his favor. But the fact that he brought Hidden Power Rock, it was crazy to me because I didn't understand what the Hidden Power Rock was for, because Dazzling Gleam plus Sludge Bomb, like I just thought that those were good enough, and I was like, oh, I didn't see it coming. So definitely good game to Lax. Go ahead and check out his channel. It'll be in the description below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.